New Diva family. My name is Marcia and I'm here today with Vanessa, who is going to share a little bit about her journey on our New Diva program. Hi Vanessa.
Hi. Good
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your story. How much weight loss have you, how much weight have you lost? How long has it taken you?
Okay. Sure. I started here in October. To date today, I've lost 40 pounds.
Yay, that's wonderful.
Yes, I'm very, very excited. And the journey has been remarkable in terms of just progress and seeing results and feeling supported. So it's been really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Love hearing that.
Yeah.
The support, what does that look like? What did it look like for you on your journey?
Okay, so I have to admit, when I first came in, it was a lot because Dr. S, and I told her this, I said it was hitting me with everything. It's like, okay, we're going to try supplements, you're going to monitor, you're going to see a nutritionist, you're going to see us on a weekly basis, you're going to be monitored. And I thought, that's an awful lot. That's a huge commitment from me. But what I figured is I had tried other things and nothing had worked. And really what drove me here was pain. I had been in pain. I have plantar fasciitis in my feet, and I've had that for over 7 years. It's been diagnosed as chronic. I've seen every doctor, therapist, chiropractor, gone through every therapy that I could possibly go through, and I was still in pain. And what I realized without any of those doctors or therapists or specialists telling me is that I was carrying too much weight. And so I thought it couldn't hurt, right? And my feet are hurting no matter what I do, and that didn't allow me to exercise. It didn't allow me to do things. It affected my daily life. So I thought, I'm gonna try this. And so I started on the journey, and in terms of coming here and monitoring and everything else. And at first I was a little fast, I have to say, and I thought, okay, I'm losing weight and that's good, but it's a sacrifice. You have to change your life and change your way of looking at things, and certainly your way of looking at food. And so the first week I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But then, as the weight came off, I did start to feel better. So I feel physically better. Actually this morning I walked for an hour. I don't have any pain. I'm in good shape. I still do what my podiatrist has told me to do in terms of wearing good shoes and massaging my feet and stretching, but it's been a long time since I haven't had pain.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations, first
thank
of all.
you.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
If you don't mind me going back to the part about it was a lot of information in the beginning.
Sure.
How did you walk that out? How did Dr. S and the rest of her team make sure that you understood every part of what was coming your way?
Right. So I think the challenge for me is I had tried other things. And this sounded similar in ways, and just recently I tried another weight loss program, and I thought it sounds similar in terms of reducing calories, meal supplements, just basically changing your whole lifestyle. And I have to say I was resistant to some of that, in fact, because I enjoy food. It's part of my culture, it's part of who I am. Being a Mexican-American woman, it was, I like to cook, I like good things. Every gathering, every celebration we have is about food. And so coming here, it was I was coming every week, which I thought, I think that's much. I think that's a bit much. But when I got here, I felt like I was supported, and I felt like they were listening to what I had to say. They were monitoring, in terms of asking questions about what I was struggling with, and then talking about those struggles. And when I bring up something, they'd go, Dr. S would be, okay, let's try this. And I said, okay, here we go. So it really was feeling like, and I told her the last time I saw her too, it felt like I was getting counsel, like therapy, like physical, like psychological and physical therapy, as opposed to just coming in and just sacrificing your life and changing and depriving yourself of everything that you've ever done. Yeah, so that really helped.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We love hearing that as well.
Thanks.
So what I'm hearing you say is you felt really supported.
Yes.
And it was more one-on-one. They understood what you were going through.
Exactly.
And what you might have been challenged with at that particular time.
Right. And the challenges were different. I think every other week I felt like I had something different that was challenging me.
Do you mind sharing some of those challenges?
Oh, sure.
And how you overcame them?
So, one was a big one in terms of just thinking about my mental point of what I was doing, because like I said, I was here for trying to reduce pain, and not so much about, okay, I think I'm overweight, I think I'm obese, doctors have told me this. And in fact, I had breast cancer 2 years ago, and one of the connections with breast cancer is obesity. And so I asked my oncologist at one point, he had mentioned something about weight, and I said, do you think I'm fat? And he goes, oh no, I don't think you're fat. And I thought, but I am, and why aren't you telling me that? Because that would have helped in terms of, let's just be honest about where I'm at, where my physical body is at. And other doctors had told me, you're menopausal, and that's the issue, and women gain weight, and so on and so forth. And so when I'd come in with a challenge, part of it was my mental point, right? What I'd been told before, what I had not been told, was something that I was struggling with. And so I'd come in and say, okay, it's me, it's my mental point. And so then it would be like, okay, let's talk this through, what types of things are coming into your head. Let's talk about the science of this, so let's talk about the history, let's talk about where you've been. Okay. So then 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh, there's a big celebration at work, so it's like, it's all this food, it's food that I like, I love sweets. And so I'm having trouble avoiding or not taking in, the cake or whatever it happens to be. And Dr. S would say, well, how about a bite? How about you take a bite? How about you take a smaller portion? How about you, and so she would make suggestions of doing those kinds of things. And yes, the classes that are offered every week, they had made those suggestions, and I just kind of went, well, that's not very fun. I really don't want to do that every single time. So I would take, I would take the bite or take a couple of bites of something, and then just feel it. It was really strange to me. I was like, it's just a bite or 2 bites. And then I go off. It's like there'd be something else going on, and someone offered me ice cream, and I'm like, I should be able to have ice cream. I should be able to have it, right? And I just remember I was going through a procedure when I had cancer, and it was a difficult procedure. And so the nurse at the end said, you should treat yourself to ice cream at the end of, what I'd gone through. And I thought, what kind of thing is that to say to someone that, is going through a procedure, struggling, and then you can see physically that I shouldn't be eating ice cream. It shouldn't be the reward for me. But, so anyway, I'd go off and I might have ice cream, and I just didn't feel good. And then I'd come back the next week, and it's like I was, I plateaued, I wasn't losing, because I was doing these other things that were basically sabotaging myself. So then we talked about it. So I talked with a nurse, I talked with a doctor, and what was the challenge and how to move through it. And so we're trying something else. Here we're going to try something else. Have you tried the bars? I'm looking over the bars going, yeah, those helped, because they're sweet, and kind of curb that appetite for the sugar that I was definitely having. So I don't feel as addicted to sugar. Still crave it at times, but it's not like a daily. My daily was having sugar, because not most people, but a lot of people have nicotine or caffeine, that kind of in that afternoon time frame, and mine was sugar. So I wouldn't smoke, and I wouldn't have alcohol, or I wouldn't do this or that, but it's like I'd go and find sugar somewhere, and it's everywhere. So it was a hard thing to avoid.
Would you say that being a part of a medically supervised program was really helpful, because you have Dr. S and her team who have been trained to make sure that they know how to manage weight loss,
right?
And they have a medical provider that's your coach and has trained a team of people to assist her, has got to be a huge help.
It is. It's very, very different, right? So there's There's a variety of things. One is that, I pay a copay, right? My insurance covers me being here. So my insurance will not cover a lot of things, but I thought that's a testament to, one, the insurance I have and the health coverage I have, but it makes a difference. The other is that, like I said, I recently, in October, I actually went to a different facility, a weight loss program. And I asked a ton of questions, and I said, this is where I want to be, and this is what I want to do. And they said they were supervised by a doctor. And I said, I want to know the doctor's credentials. And they went around and around and around, and then finally they said, well, he's a chiropractor. And I thought, okay, I understand medical training, but I don't feel like I'm going to be supervised well by someone who's been trained as a chiropractor. And so in actually talking with the staff here and being here, and then also talking friends and family, it's one of the things I actually brag about is that I'm working with a doctor that specializes in weight loss, that has helped me this much. And I go, and now people can see it. So I said, I am very upfront with saying, I've been working with a doctor. These are the kinds of things that I've done with her and with the team here. And I have felt safe, and I have felt protected, and I have felt supported, which has never really been a part of any other weight loss program or attempt that I've used, because I feel like anything I do now affects my overall health. And so even losing weight, and the other weight loss program that I went to, they said, you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days. And that sounded really good, but I thought, that doesn't sound healthy. That doesn't sound right to me. And so I asked questions about that, and they tried to explain it, but it still didn't sound right to me. And so here, when I ask questions, I feel like I get an answer that makes sense. It's based on science and practice and history, things that I understand, and also that it's tailored towards what I need.
Good.
Yeah.
Speak to me a little bit about the atmosphere when you come into the clinic.
To me, it's very easy, right? In terms of coming in, there's, I've been in other places where it just feels like you're being shamed or being put in a place where it's like you're uncomfortable, and maybe that's a strategy. I don't appreciate that strategy. So when I come in, I feel, it's very comfortable. People are very nice. The staff is really nice. Seeing Dr. S is wonderful. So it's cool in terms of calm, and it's just, it doesn't feel uncomfortable to be here.
Good. That's what we're going for.
Yes.
It's very easy to be a part of that because Dr. S, it just kind of goes from the top down. She's very passionate, and all of us are as well. So we are here to make sure to provide that kind of environment for our patients when they come in, because they feel like family. So thank you so much, Vanessa.
Oh, you're welcome.
We really appreciate your time.
Sure.
We're really excited for you. How much more do you have to go?
Well, it's a place that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, so I said I wanted to be at 150, 145,
okay.
So that would be another 20, 25 pounds. And Dr. S, the last visit, said, we really need to get more information to make sure that that's good for you and good for your body and healthy for you. And so that we'll be doing that in our next visit to see if that's
Wonderful.
a realistic goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the rest of your journey.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Thanks.